EV charger installs are one of the fastest growing revenue streams in residential electrical right now. They're relatively quick jobs, they pay well, and demand is only going up. If you're not already offering this service, you're leaving money on the table. Welcome to Hardwired Trades. Today we're talking EV charger installations, the work, the equipment, the code requirements, and how to build this into your service offerings. This is timely content because EV adoption is accelerating and electricians who are ahead of it are staying busy. The market reality electric vehicle sales have been growing year over year. More cars mean more home charging setups. Most EV owners want a level 2 charger at home, not just the level 1 trickle charger that plugs into a standard outlet. That level 2 setup requires a licensed electrician. This is consistent, in-demand residential work with an average job price that typically runs $500 to $1,500, depending on the scope, distance from the panel, and any panel upgrades required. For a half-day job with minimal material cost, those are solid numbers. And here's the trajectory to keep in mind. EV adoption is still in its early stages relative to where it's headed. Every year there are more EVs on the road, more families making the switch, and more homes that need a charger. Getting established in this niche now means you'll have a growing customer base and a strong reputation before it becomes crowded. The electricians who positioned themselves as EV charger specialists in 2020 and 2021 are now reaping significant benefits. They rank on Google for the search terms, they have hundreds of installs in their portfolio, and they have referral relationships with dealerships. That head start is worth real money. Level 1 versus Level 2 versus Level 3. What's the difference? Quick overview so you can explain it to your customers. Level 1, standard 120-volt outlet. The trickle charger adds about 3 to 5 miles of range per hour of charging. Fine for plug-in hybrids, not practical for fully electric vehicles. If someone has a 250-mile range EV and drains it, Level 1 would take 50-plus hours to recharge. That's not usable. Level 2, 240 volts, typically 30 to 50 amps, adds 20 to 30-plus miles of range per hour. A full charge overnight, every night. This is what most homeowners want. This is what we install. Level 3, DC fast charging. Commercial equipment, high voltage 3-phase, found at charging stations, not a residential install. We're not getting into this here. The job you'll be doing most is Level 2, hardwired or plug-in, in a garage or driveway. What a typical residential EV charger install looks like. The scope of a typical job. 1. Assess the existing panel. Do they have capacity for a 40 to 50 amp dedicated circuit? Most 200A panels do. Older 100A panels may not. Always do a quick load calculation before you commit to a price. 2. Run a dedicated 240-volt circuit from the panel to the charging location. Common wire is number 8 AWG on a 48 breaker or number 6 on a 50 ACE. Most manufacturers recommend the 50 ACE circuit with number 6 wire for maximum future flexibility. 3. Install the EVSE electric vehicle supply equipment, the charger unit itself, either hardwired or with a 14 to 50 outlet. 4. Pull the permit, required in most jurisdictions. Don't skip this. 5. Pass inspection. That's the job on a clean, straightforward install. Distance from panel to charger location is the main variable. Longer runs mean more wire, more labor, higher price. A 20-foot run is clean and fast. A 100-foot run through a finished basement and garage wall is a different conversation and needs to be priced accordingly. Common complications. Not every install is clean. Here's what adds scope and cost. Panel is full. Need to add a tandem breaker, a sub-panel, or upgrade the service. More work, higher price. This is where your panel upgrade upsell comes in, which is often a $2,000 to $4,000 add to the ticket. Long runs with conduit required. Sometimes the charger location is far from the panel or requires running through finished space. Garage doesn't have a suitable location, may need weatherproof installation outdoors, requires weatherproof box and appropriate EVSE. Load concerns. Some homes with a lot of electric loads already, electric heat, multiple AC units, hot tub, may need a load calculation before adding a 58 circuit. Always assess before you bid. A misquoted EV install can quickly become an unprofitable job. I've seen guys quote a clean $700 job and discover on install day that the panel is undersized, The run is twice as long as expected, and there's a concrete wall in the way. That's how you lose money on a job that should have been profitable. Code requirements. Key NEC requirements for EV charging. Dedicated circuit. The EV charger gets its own circuit, no shared circuits, appropriate wire sizing for the amperage. GFCI protection is built into the EVSE unit itself on most modern equipment. Outdoor installations require weatherproof rated equipment. Permit required in virtually every jurisdiction. Some jurisdictions require EV-ready conduit in new construction. Check your local code. Some jurisdictions are now requiring that new residential construction include a dedicated conduit from the panel to the garage for future EV charging, even if the actual circuit isn't installed. Know your local requirements. These EV readiness codes are expanding. Brands to know. The most common EVSE brands your customers will have or ask about. ChargePoint. Popular, smart charger with app connectivity. Tesla wall connector. Tesla owners often want this. It's a straightforward hardwired install. Juicebox. Feature-rich, popular with non-Tesla EV owners. Wallbox. European brand gaining traction in the US. Most of these are similar to install. The main difference is whether they're hardwired or plug-in. Always verify the manufacturer's installation instructions before you go. Tesla wall connectors in particular have specific requirements around their gateway configuration for multiple charger setups. Marketing this service. The customers are already looking for you. They just bought an EV and they need a charger. Make sure EV charger installation is on your website, your Google business profile, and any ads you're running. It's a high-intent search. People who search for it are ready to hire. Consider partnering with local EV dealerships. Every car they sell is a potential charger install. A referral relationship with a dealership can keep your schedule filled. Bring business cards, introduce yourself to the sales manager, offer a small referral fee if that's appropriate in your market. One dealership relationship can generate multiple installs per week in a busy market. EV charger installs are a real opportunity right now and for the foreseeable future. Get comfortable with the work, get the service listed, and the customers will find you. Subscribe to Hardwired Trades for more content on growing your electrical business and trade skills. Drop a comment if you've got EV install questions. Expanding into multifamily and commercial EV. Once you're comfortable with residential EV charger work, there's a bigger opportunity waiting: multifamily buildings and commercial EV infrastructure. Apartment complexes are facing increasing pressure from tenants and local regulations to provide EV charging. A 50-unit apartment complex adding even 10 to 20 charging stations is a $15,000 to $60,000 electrical project. Property managers are actively looking for electricians who understand both the electrical side and the permitting requirements for multi-unit EV installations. Commercial parking lots, office buildings, retail centers, all facing the same pressure. Cities are increasingly requiring EV-ready infrastructure in new construction, and many older commercial properties are retrofitting to meet tenant demands. This is higher complexity work. You're dealing with load management systems, networked charging infrastructure, and potentially utility-scale considerations, but it's also significantly higher revenue. The electricians who invest in understanding commercial EV infrastructure now are positioning themselves for some of the highest value electrical work available in the next decade. The load management question. As more EVs show up in one building or property, load management becomes critical. You can't just add 20 50-amp circuits to a building without understanding what that does to the service. Load management systems. Hardware and software that dynamically distributes available power across multiple chargers based on current load solve this problem. Systems like Tesla's fleet charging, ChargePoint's CT4000, or the OCPP-compatible systems from various vendors can manage a group of chargers to stay within the building's available capacity. Understanding how to specify, design, and install these systems is a specialty that commands premium rates. If commercial EV is an area you want to develop, load management is worth studying.